What's up, YouTube fam? It's Dark Angel's Journey, and I'm Shakira. So, first things first, wanted to apologize for attempting the live last night. I still need to do a little practice, but I got it sorted out with OB Studio. But my first attempt going live directly on YouTube was a giant fail. So for anybody who had, tuned in for that, you guys are troopers and you're awesome. And don't you forget it. All right, guys. I figured I've not had any time today to do anything, look at the charts, put a trade in, nothing. So I'm going in blind, y'all. Let's see what's happening. But I figured first things first, I'm keeping track of all of the trades that I put in on BitGet. And I remember I said I was going to do 30 trades, and then that will give me a good idea as to, how I'm doing, if I can keep things in profit, all that good stuff. So, my last trade where it was yesterday, and it was kind of I knew it was gonna probably blow up in my face, but I still did it anyway. Because it was more a matter of plopping onto the chart, setting a limit order, and it was so late I didn't have time to really stay and watch for confirmation. So I was like, oh, can I do it? So I did it. I wanted to know what that felt like. Got stopped out, lost $6 and change. And then the one above it definitely got stopped out. And I could feel that it was going to turn, but I was like, you know what? The one before it, I had set a goal for the long. I think it was like 15.79, and price eventually, went up and hit it. But price did bust down pretty far first, and I was like, it's gonna drop. It's gonna drop. So I just took my tiny profit and left. And then the one above here, that one actually that that long tanked pretty hard that day. So I definitely did the right thing in getting this out. So I'm trying to stay disciplined and put my notes in. Why did I enter all that good stuff? I'm failing here because I didn't do this one on the day, so that was not a good plan. But I'm pretty sure it was a combination of swing failure with an SR flip and a bearish engulfing. Those things, like this one was beautiful. I spent the time, I was patient, and I waited, and I got the confirmation, and I set the order. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do a stop limit order at 13.11, and it worked out gangbusters. It was pretty sweet. But anyway, so far, before these two stops, I was doing pretty well. But right now, I'm kicking it at $9.99 in a profit after all this. So still in profit, but that's a big drop from the $24 I had before. So, but anyway, so let's see what's crack-a-lacking today. All right, so I've got Ethereum. Oh, all right. So what did I have in here and what has it done today that I have not been able to come and hang out? So I had specced out two areas of potential. There was a supply area here with this imbalance. They obviously came up and ate that, tapped this SR area, and then collapsed back down. So they haven't had the power yet to dive into this imbalance up here except for a little tiny bit, and then there's still a nice supply area from this juicy break up here that they could come back into. But it's looking like this is something I was paying attention to last night. I was like, where it's obviously an uptrend on the 4 hour and on the 1 hour. We're still in an uptrend. So, you know, I'm still looking for a long of some sort, but um you know, they're wicking out, making lower highs, lower highs. Looks like they're trying to change the trend a bit, right? But they haven't really gone anywhere. They've just kind of come back into this SR area and just been kind of meandering about. So, all right. So we had a nice juicy candle dropping. I bet Bitcoin probably looks the exact same. So let's punch that puppy up just for funsies as well. And let's put it on the 1 hour. And hey, well, would you look at that? Same behavior, different areas of interest. Same sort of thing, swing failure, lower highs, lower highs. So, they're sort of behaving the same. Okay, well, in that case, what I'm interested in is let's dive down into the 15-minute and see if my supply order block area looks like it worked. So what could we have done to enter into this short, right? So I was expecting price to drop and retrace back up and then drop back down, and it did that, and I didn't have a chance to get in on this action. All right, so if I had had a chance, what could we have done? So we saw it come back up here, and it couldn't break this one since it's not above it. And then on the 15-minute, what did we have? Um, uh, Thinking like I need to be looking at like a 5 minute for entries, like sometimes, because the 15 doesn't always give me what I'm looking for. Or at least not in any kind of decent time, right? And at least on the 5 minute, I can see like, okay, red candle coming down. I maybe could have entered here and, ridden it down to this next SR area on the 5 minute. But the 15, it's just one giant candle. It took 15 whole minutes for this. But this is a sweet candle though. You see this thing, you would have think they would have continued, but they stopped and now they're consolidating. Now the question is, which way are they gonna go? They have this juicy imbalance up here for them to hit, and they whipped out into this SR area, and they've been indecisive in this space. So I would need some sort of bullish engulfing, and then I would kind of ride it back up to this supply area. So that's what I'm sort of looking for down here. I've had this sort of specked out for a while. But, on top of that, we want to look for other juicy things like um, there's this break here on the 15. Um, I need to see a nice break, retrace back down, and then an entry to go back up. So far, not really seeing that. Looks like they're breaking down on the 15 a little bit. They're not going anywhere at all. Look at all these wicks. Sellers came in and were like, no, no, no. So, still nothing to do for the moment. We got to wait for this consolidation to complete so we can have some kind of trend direction. But on the 15-minute, what do we have here? We have our beautiful rally base rally. So rally base drop. Didn't name that right. So then technically what we have here is now a natural, along with this thing, is a natural supply area. So I'm just gonna, let's just pop this in. And natural supply area. And looks like Kitty wants his food, but he's got to wait 30 minutes. Okay, Kitty. All right, so now we have a natural supply area in this space that price could definitely come back up to. And since this was such a strong reaction, potentially like pop up and then back down. All right, so let's look at it on the 5 minute. Again, I think we already talked about, we saw it break past this area. Once it did that, nice entry, drop it to the next support and resistance area there. And let's see, on Bitcoin, same exact thing. Still in an uptrend, technically. Higher low, even if it says lower low here, it's still higher than this one, so it's still a higher low for me, even if it's making lower highs. Until it breaks this thing and confirms, I'm not trusting it. So I had, for Bitcoin, pre-prepped a short from the supply area up here. And sadly, my daytime job really messed. Oh my God. Look at this I was like looking for something from about here to this area, and what did it do? Just that. But did I get to take it? No. But you got to pay the bills first, right? So that's the important part. All right. So would it have been just that sort of spot on? So we had this break, and then we had this bullish engulfing candle right here at this support area. So yeah, I would have entered here for a drop. Nice. Cool, cool, cool. What would have that given us? A 2.6, 1 to 2.6? Not bad. All right. So let's get into our back testing. And let's try something different for a change. So not a cryptocurrency. Let's take a look at some commodities. Actually, my bad. Let's switch this out. Let's go to commodities. So gold. I don't know if I'll ever be trading gold, but best to test this out, right? So we know what we're doing. So let's go to 1 day. It's ugly. All right. And let's change it to the 4 hour. Okay. So gold is on a downtrend, obviously. If I were to take this guy, actually, before we do that, sorry, let's do our Stevie Wonder thing and hit the replay button, close our eyes and go back and forth and close our eyes and then click. All right, so never tried to do this with gold, so yeah, we'll see what happens. And one thing I'm going to do is I'm testing out different moving averages to see how well they work. So I'm going to try out this whole moving average and I'm going to set it to the 20-day. So I'm just curious. So I'm going to use that one for funsies and then I'm going to come back into the SMA. And for the weighted moving average, I'm just going to open up the 20 as well for that one, just for funsies. 20 on the 2, and that is green. Awesome. And we'll let those two overlap because I'm just curious to see how well they work together. All right. And then as usual, we're just going to hang out with our fractals so we can see the breaks, imbalance finder, higher high, lower low, and then of course the price and daily open so we can see where that is because I'm too lazy to actually draw it myself. Don't judge me. One day I'll switch it. But I'm all about whatever makes life easier. All right, so let's specify the trend. It is obviously a downtrend. Like super, super duper obvious. Downtrend. Let's draw it like that. And okay. And some lots of touches and lots of touches, some other touches. Okay, whatever, it's great. So we're on a downtrend. So let's go into 1 hour and see about finding structure. Again, we only care about price, but I'm adding the moving averages because I want to see if I can get additional confluence for the entries, right? Okay, so we're 1 hour still on a downtrend. A little sharper version of it. Not going to add that because that's annoying. And okay, so we're making lower highs, lower highs. All right, what do we have? So let's see if we can spec out our supply and demand areas, right? So looks like we have, and let's zoom in because I am blind as a bat. All right, so let's zoom in. We probably should have done this on the 4. Let's back up and do it on the 4. Okay. All right, so we had this nice break here, red candles. Okay. So this will be a nice supply area. There's even an imbalance attached to it. So let's set that up as our supply area or supply order block. And then, okay, so we have what looks like is a nice 1, 2, 3 candles coming up for some kind of break. So potential demand order block down here. Let's set this up as a demand order block. And if this can be believed, could also be an SR flip area. But so far, if I were to pull it down, support, no. Okay, good for now. And then let's see if this coincides with an SR area as well. So let's drag this way. Whoops, got stuff on the lappy toppy. Lappy toppy. So we're getting rejections. Okay, not bad. All right, so that's going to be our play zone. And we're on a downtrend. I'm not going to bother with this line. All right, so all I care about is what's happening between these two spaces for potentials. So we're in a downtrend. So what I'm going to do is let's see if we can wait for price to come back down here and then make go for a short. Now, if I see some sort of confirmation for a long to take it back up to here, I'm gonna do that too because why not? But be forewarned, it is dangerous, and we need to stay with the main trend. Okay. So, all right. So now we've hit a higher low. Up here, we've got this nice juicy break. There's an area here. They've already eaten this imbalance. There's another order block up here and one up here. This one's especially juicy. So let's let price do its thing. And what I'm looking for potentially, and there's a daily open, which can potentially be considered something of a resistance, a bit of a resistance area, but price might hang out here, which it did for a bit. So there's this area where price might hang here, where price might hang, and then in this general vicinity where price kind of hung out. So let's see. So for this higher low, I'm looking for some sort of break. And this is fascinating. The whole 20 is all the way down here, and the green one is the weighted moving average, which is above. Interesting. I'm told that the Huel moving average is a lot more, it's not as lagging as the other ones, supposedly. Let me know down in the comments if that's true, so I don't know. All right, so this is the 1 hour, and okay, so that's a nice, this one is starting to cup it. This one is just turning. Let's see. So we've got this lower high, this lower high. I'm not technically looking to take anything from here, but this is a nice bullish engulfing, and this thing is saying that it might go up. So if you were more, crazy than me, then you could do something like this and bring it back up to this guy, right? And write it that way. That would be like a 1 to 2.27. Now, like I said, my expectation with confirmation is that it's going to plot back down in here, come back up, maybe do a little retest like that, then come back up like that, like so, something like that. And then we can wait for a price to do something and then take a short back down to this area because the higher trend is a downtrend. So the shorts are more likely to work than the longs. But that doesn't mean that we can't, get somewhere or that this isn't going to fall down. So like I said, I'm not taking this because look what it did before. Nice bullish engulfing, hung out, consolidated, and then fell back down into this area. So let's let it play. Let's let price do its thing. And there she goes. Well, they're both saying prices going up. Okay. All right, so this green candle makes me feel a little bit better. Still not taking anything from here. Okay. Still just consolidating. So I'm just waiting. But, if you're a crazy person, you could have taken this. That's why I'm just showcasing it. I'm going to stick with I'm waiting for a short. But if we had taken it and we had been super brave, if it breaks above this, then yeah, maybe. But it's doing this weird consolidating thing. It did make a higher low, which is good. Let's see, but we're still consolidating. And Yeah, this is why you don't take longs when in a downtrend, right? You're looking for short opportunities. Interesting. Okay, so we're wicking back down. Now, let's see. Let's remove this because we haven't taken that. We're just saying that would have been a potential, but I don't trust it. And let's see, we have what looks to be like some sort of swing failure here. And, the one thing we haven't checked is if there's anything below here, because price could just be thinking about continuing down and not coming back up to retest this area. So what could be a potential? I'm going to go to the 1 day and just see if there's anything down here to be. Oh, hello. So it looks like, so this is where we are right now. There's a juicy imbalance down here to be eaten. So price could just as easily fall below and come eat this imbalance as well, since it is in a downtrend. So if this area turns into support, ain't nothing wrong, right? Ain't nothing wrong. And this looks like it could be a natural supply and resistance area potentially, but I'm just gonna have this imbalance as a potential. So let's dive back into the 1 hour and wait. Again, still nothing. They're just meandering about. Nothing for me to do. Because the other option is it could break down from here. We come up to retest this and then continue down. In which case, we will have a new supply area to work with. So let's go. All right. So we're still wicking. So yeah. So these wicks tell me that potentially price might not go down. We have this doji. So it's a lot of a lot of wicks here, less than over here. So price might turn around. We'll see. A lot of retail in this one. So I'm looking for a nice juicy candle, right? So far the hull's coming in again. Still small, tiny candles. All right. Okay, so that candle tells me a little bit more that maybe price is going to continue back up because it wicked all the way up this way. And then, but again, still not entering here. So coming up. Coming up. All right, so a bit of form of an evening star, but that guy is a bit of a bullish engulfing. And now both of these are like, yeah, let's do it. What else is in this area? So we have what looks like a failed breaker block right here. And there's the imbalance to play with. And we just made a bit of a higher low, so I don't know. What if, just, silly me. What if I did this and did that? What did that get me? 1.1 to 7.3? Yeah, still no. Let's see. So we have this breaker block here, but there is this nice juicy break right here. So we have this break for a potential entry area. And there's a nice imbalance, little imbalance inside of it. So let's say this is our demand area. There's an imbalance above it. So in all honesty, price could come back to tap this thing and then continue on up. So what I'm looking for in the lower time frames, once price retraces back down here, if it retraces, because it doesn't have to, right? Okay. So it looks like it's coming back down. All right, it's tapped this thing. So I'm going to go into the 15 minutes. Now, this is a scenario where if I see a nice break on the 15.05, then I'll take it back up to here, but only if I see it. Okay, so we've come back down to our entry area. Let's see what price is going to do. It's wicking. It's wicking. So whenever it's wicking, it just feels like it's turning around, right? It's wicking. It's wicking. Okay. I need a break on the lower time frames or something else that tells me, like it's good. Like this nice green candle right here that looks a little bullish, right? Okay, so that's another green candle. So let's say I'm gonna be crazy. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put it under here and then let's ride it up to the next area where price stopped. Because this is where price stopped last, but there's this one that's 1 to 2.59. And then let's do like take profits right about here, half, 50%, and then the rest up here. Okay? So let's see how that plays out. So let me drop this guy here to just to specify take profit, and right around here, and let's say that's 50%, and then we'll see what happens if it starts to retrace and makes lower highs, then exit. So we'll take profit 50% and then the rest all the way up here, and let's press play. Ooh. Look at that. Do you see that? Do you see that manipulation candle? Now, the stop loss is a thing of insanity, right? So I set it a little ways under here. They came and stopped me out and then did a nice, beautiful green candle and then went to the first take profit area. Isn't that crazy? Let's see what it looked like on the 5 minute, man. Okay, so right, so that's the thing about waiting for confirmation, right? So like this guy broke. Oh man. So let me go back to 15 for a second here. This kind of thing hurts my heart, right? So what was my problem here? I didn't wait for a good candle. These are small, tiny candles. I needed a bigger candle for confirmation, like something like that. So I assumed these. So yeah, got stopped out, lost my money there. But in terms of entries, right? Let's get on to the 5 minute, right? So like this candle that busted through, big wick here, and then we started seeing, bigger green candles. Um, man, the entry should be further down. It should be on. I don't know if I'm liking this whole 5 minute entry thing. It's or 15 minute entry. It's like really sort of galling, right? Let's see. So go back to the 15. And what I was thinking to myself is, this was above the whole, so why not, right? But my stop loss, bless my heart, should have been below this thing because it should have been below the bigger demand area. But then what is that? It's still a 1 to 2.6 for the main trade, right? But this is a complete, stop hunt. And I should have known that they were gonna come in and eat this based off of these wicks down here. These are all like um stop loss orders down here. So of course they're gonna come and eat all of that. you know. So you gotta look to the left and see what they're gonna do. But there's no way to know that they're gonna like and then come back up to eat that back up. Oh man, that's a rough one. Okay, so we've been stopped out, but where they were gonna go was right spot on. This area here. What the heck, man? All right, so we've been stopped out, and now we're looking for a re-entry. So now they have this juicy break area. They're gonna come back into this imbalance. So now our secondary option, and this is why going long in a downtrend is so dangerous. Okay, so dangerous. All right, so they've got this imbalance to come back in and eat. So they bounced off of it, popped back down. So what I'm thinking for re-entry here, let's wait for confirmation. again. So I'm still doing the stupid thing I shouldn't be doing, right? So then come down and eat all of this, right? That's what I'm expecting. Because there's this big order block here. Still in the same place. They've come back down. And now they're gonna, all right, still going down, still going down. Now, the thing that's stupid for me is that maybe, they're never gonna come back up here for this entry. Maybe I should have been looking for a short elsewhere in this grouping, right? So let's see. So we made the higher low, coming back up. Okay. All right. All right, so we've got this nice juicy break area here. And they ate that back up pretty quickly. So there's this demand area, and we're still in this bigger demand area. So let's get rid of that one, but we're in this bigger demand area. They've come and eaten this one. And we're coiling back up. So I'm gonna look for something that says, because we've just made a lower high than this insane break. Okay. But we haven't made a lower low. So I'm looking for something to break above this for confirmation. So we're just hanging out, chilling, higher lows, low, okay. So, okay. Now, this bullish engulfing says to me that maybe I should enter. It's a nice strong momentum candle, which is not what I had over here, that was a stupid entry. And, it's a juicy place. So I, in my infinite wisdom, would have entered here, plopped this down below here, and then once again, come back up here. So let's see how this second attempt works out. Okay. So we've made higher. Okay, good. All right. No, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, so just so you know, same thing, right? I'm looking for it to come this way for it to take profit the first. It hasn't made it there. But what's bothering me is this retrace is kind of deep, It's kind of deep. We're still in profit, but it's deep. What I'm hoping for, and hope is stupid, we got to watch what price does because it could just pop back down and continue. This is why we should be looking for shorts in a downtrend, but I'm doing stupid things and I'm looking for a long. So let's continue. So now we started making a lower high. So that doesn't make me feel good. So I would just exit my trade right here and look for a better entry, right? I'd hoped it would have come back up this way to hit that and exit. But, it is what it is. Once we started making this lower high, we out. All right, so we've gotten stopped out once, and we've made a tiny, 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 tiny profit here where I would have exited. And we're out there. So stopped out, tiny profit. Okay, now we're looking to understand what's happening. Because maybe I should have just stayed in and let that be. So right now, it's come back down to this area and for a potential entry. So I need something super bullish. Because I'm just hoping to be able to ride it back up to this thing. I've never traded gold. I even forgot we were doing that. So we made a higher low, higher low, higher low. All right. So we're just meandering along, consolidating. Oh, this is annoying. Okay, so somewhat decent of a break for it to continue on down. It looks like a swing failure, like it doesn't want to go any higher. And you know what? I'm sorry. We should be on the 1 hour trying to plot this puppy out. And so we had that break. It rolled back up into this section for a potential entry and it's dropping back down again. So Ay, whoa. Now that's a strong momentum candle, but we're inside of this thing, so I need to break and do something. Ah, see, these are the types of things that I need to be comfortable doing, right? Like once you saw, and let's go back to the 15 minutes, see what that looked like, right? So we had this strong break here. All these candles are red. This one was wicking out to take people out. I would have thought, from a break perspective, wait for it to come back up to retrace to continue down. So now it's coming to eat this imbalance. So now we're looking for a shorting potential. So when it's a downtrend, don't look for uptrends. You'll get wiped out. Now, let's be honest. Yeah, that still was mean. So mean. All right, so now we've actually broken below this low. Perfect. Beautiful. Go 1 hour and let's see for a potential entry. So now we have, see if it retests it and then turns it into support. Okay, so we've touched that imbalance down below and looks like we're trying. All right, so we came down here, wick down. Okay, it's telling me price is going to continue further down. And let's see if, for a short right here, this was price drop below this here. So if we'd just moved with the moving average and just said, boom, you know what? I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm just gonna add the 50 back in here. Which one's the 50? The 3? Okay. I'm gonna add the 50 back in here just for funsies. Just to see where it is. So everything was just kind of hanging out together. Yeah, but once price crossed the 50 as well, then this would have been a good place for an entry. And then, of course, write it down to this imbalance, right? Oops. Let's see. Sorry about that. Let's plop this back up to here. So when we saw everything's below everything, pop that here, plop that here, and then take your profit. That'd be a 1 to 2.48. Still need to be able to figure this out. Okay. So now that price has dropped down and it's finally broken out of this consolidation. And so this did not play out. And this is our lovely consolidation area right here. Now, what I'm looking for, and it just got rejected, retrace, saw that option, retrace back up here and then continue down to eat this. All right. And looking for shorts still. So let's head back out to the 4 hour and see what supply areas exist all the way out here. Let's come to the side, zoom in. I want something to focus on. So do we have a juicy break around this area? So yeah, we had a little break right here. And if I'm looking at this guy, the break would have happened around here. So would be about this red candle right here. So I'm just going to do this as a demand area. Actually, I'm going to take the red candle that's right there in front of the 3 momentum candles. And then I'm just going to have it extend all the way to the right. Oopsie, settings, style, extend to the right. Okay. And let's get us back to our area here. So now we have another area to work with. All right, so let's go back to the 1 hour. And so price is wicking, turning it into support. Let's see. Okay. All right. Need to see something juicy. Coiling down. We're just doing some consolidation. And we're wicking. Oh, yes. Nice bullish engulfing right there. And then, came right back up. So still nothing to do. but it does tell me there's somewhat equality in there right now. Okay, so we had this break. It's pretty much been recovered. Everything is a 50s above it. That one, the 20 is above it, and then the whole is here. Interesting. So it's just eating this imbalance. It looks like it doesn't want to come and retest this. This candle was a big indication that it was ignoring this area, and we're still continuing along. So it's like a drop, base, drop. Let's see what it looks like on the 15-minute. So on the 15, 50 supported that. These two are in cahoots. Man, if I was a crazy person, when I saw that, I would take the next red candle, plop it above this last area here, actually above this imbalance, and then write it back down to here. What's that, a 1 to 2.7, whatever? Let's say I'm a crazy person and that was an option. But we didn't do that. We've been watching it meander along and be boring and annoying. Oh man. And everything's still below. So, see. Okay, we just made a higher low. Now, this is a nice looking candle right here. Green candle, like that, below the 50. So let's say I'm crazy now, and I enter here and plop this above that. So that's a 1 and so that. So 1 to 8.9. Not perfect. Let's hit play. And survey says, as always, you should wait for the retest, which looks like it's trying to do. So still going down, but there's a potential for the retest, and it did that. So I am wrong again. Let's see. So we're making higher lows and changing. So let's go back up to the higher time frames, and then we'll end this vid. Still in a downtrend on the 4-hour. The 1 hour is still in a downtrend, and it's a lower high coming in for a retest. The 15-minute is trying to tell me it's going up. So let's look for an opportunity to short. Okay, let's wait for this to tell me that it's going in the opposite direction. Do I have any juicy breaks? So there's this one. It's all the way up here. It's already been sort of tapped and dropped. There's this guy, this thing, and sort of been tapped. This is coming back up to test it. So, okay, nice green candle. Enter here and plop this above that, and then drop this way. What is that? A 1 to 1.5. Not excited. Let's go back to the 4-hour and let's let's head to the left here, see what else is in here, and then zoom in. Anything else? Another imbalance. Well, so this demand area, actually, we should extend it downward because it's wicking right down there. So that's a nice, yep, that's more like it. So let's head back over to the left. And since it's wicked all the way down there, let's aim for that, so somewhere along there. And let's go back to the 15 and watch this. Okay, so let's say we do let this play out. Let's press play. Okay. Okay. All right. Awesome. So that's why you should follow the trend. I guess I should have waited for it to retrace back up for this break, but enjoy that drawdown. Ooh. Okay, so then we made a low. Let's see. Are we gonna go down to take this? Okay, let's pause this. So I would move my stop loss into profit. Where though? Where? Because we just made a lower high. So let's just let it play out. And everything's telling me it's going back up. Yeah, don't like it. So maybe I was being too greedy and I should have taken, yeah, the area is not the best. So I want a 1 to 2 at minimum, which is about that. And we're making a lower high. And let's see, it's making a higher low, which definitely is telling me it's going back up. So I'm already in a drawdown, so I would have, once it came in here, I would have exited about here, taken my tiny profits, and then check to see for a better entry. Because there is this beautiful break, boom, 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 juicy break with this order block here. And let me take this off, extension. Sorry, this is a supply area right here. Okay, no imbalance, but the imbalance is here. And I can get rid of this imbalance because it's already been eaten. Try to keep things clean. So now I'm looking for an opportunity to short. All right, so there's this order block up here. So I'm looking for price to come back up here, tap it, and then some kind of pattern to continue on. Okay, so I'm looking for a little stop loss hunting. Okay, we haven't broken this area. Wiccan, nice. It's consolidating. Okay. Nice bullish engulfing. Everything is pushing it down. So let's enter for a short here. Plop this up to there. And let's get a 1 to 2. And it's not the best break, so it could be all kinds of wrong. Let's see. Let's just press play. Okay. All right. Come on. Ah, you can do it. All right, we're coming into this order block. Beautiful. Oh, okay. So, fun fact, right? Once we saw this consolidation here, I'd have moved my stop loss to the right above here. So I would have been stopped out right here. Man, this is so interesting. But let's play that up. Let's play that out. Yeah, because now it's coiling back up and then I would have been stopped out. So that's why it's a good plan to move your stop loss back into profit. And then obviously if it breaks it, then it invalidates the whole thing. Anyway, guys, I think that's good for today. It's probably pretty long. Hopefully this one works because I did one yesterday, which is why I did the live that ended up acting up. So you guys stay safe, trade responsibly, manage your risk. And I think price action is the way to go. I still need to work out momentum, you know? But trading with the trend is definitely there. But I think for this one specifically, if I go to the 1 hour here, we'd been kind of falling for a little bit, right? So we're probably hitting exhaustion here and now it's turning back around. So, accumulation, and then like this is I can't remember the exact terminologies for it, but there's accumulation, then there's like a drop phase, and then exhaustion, and then it goes back in the other direction, and then rinse and repeat. So, I think I became a victim because we're kind of late in the phase here. And that W formation. Double bottom, but I prefer if this one's higher up. Anyway, that's good for now. You guys enjoy your Monday, and we'll talk soon. Shakira out.